The EU member states are waking up to the insanity of the Eurozone, amid deepening economic crises throughout the bloc ahead of next week's crunch budget summit. The European Union economies have all had a massive wake-up call following the collapse of their economies across the bloc, according to Richard Tice, the businessman and chairman of the Brexit Party. The former MEP told Brexit Watch that the Eurozone will struggle to hold itself together in the coming years. This comes ahead of next week's Crunch EU summit that will try to decide the bloc's next 7-year budget. Brexit Watch's Jonathan Saxty remarked that the EU had hardly covered itself in glory during the crisis. He explained, "We had the Corona bonds debacle. We had the German Constitution Court ruling, borders slamming shut, medical exports being banned, the €500 billion Franco-German bailout package opposed by the Frugal Four. We have seen the insanity of a common currency not backed up by a common government." Mr. Tice said that the EU had been completely useless and many countries felt abandoned by the EU during the crisis. He said, "When the pressure is on and the chips are down, all individual member states looked after themselves. There was massive panic across the bloc and the EU was left floundering in the distance. Lots of nations had a massive wake-up call. Economically, I was worried before the crisis. It is clear that there is a two-speed Europe, between the Mediterranean southern states and the higher-growth more cautious northern states. I can't see how the Eurozone can hold together unless you had a massive transfer of debts and liabilities through the ECB, between Germany and the Mediterranean states. Ultimately, they will probably hold together by some fudge, throughout the ECB with a transfer of liabilities. Germany will have to write off the debts owed to it by the southern European states, that's the only way it can hold together."